also back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful and rainy again, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, today is September the 13th, 2024. And I'm gonna take you guys along with me today. I am solo for today. I was not able to get any of the yards done because of the rain yesterday. We were getting ready to, in fact, we usually start at 8 o'clock and it's, what is it? It's 8:04 right now. So yesterday at this time, as soon as Josh got here, it started raining. But that's okay. We need the rain. We've been in a drought for a while and we've had weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of no rain, so I'm not gonna complain. God brings the rain, makes the grass grow, it's starting to get green again. And then we get the mowing money, right? So I've got this new tripod that I have. It fits on the mower. It's a magnetic tripod, so I'm just going to use that. And because there's some yards with the leaves starting to fall, it's really cool right now. It's in the low 60s. That's why I got my sweatshirt on. So this is a river birch. This thing always drops leaves, but the tree across the street's dropping them. That's starting to drop. That tree right there, the color starting to change. And it's pretty early to be doing that. I think a lot of it has to do with the drought that we've been having. So the first yard that we're gonna do, I don't know what kind of tree it is, but there's a lot of leaves there in the street. I'm gonna show you my technique. And I have tried all sorts of different ways, right? Right now, the leaves are just irritating because they're actually there. So what I normally do, just to give you a 30,000 foot view, is if there's significant leaves along the curbs or stuff like that, I'll get the blower, blow it into the yard, and then mulch everything up with the mower. And I do that because I don't want to cut everything, then trim, and then try to blow leaves, because there's usually a place to blow them, kind of little natural areas. Like I got a natural area right there. Can blow leaves. That thing drops a ton of leaves. But anyway, most of the yards, I have 3 yards in my neighborhood, and then this route is like 4.5 miles. It's very, very small. So I'm going to just keep this camera on the, I'm going to use the mower as the base, the tripod, and then I don't know if I'll talk in between, but just give you guys something a little different so you don't hear me expounding about lawn advice. If you guys want me to make more videos about business advice, stuff like that, you know, I've been doing this a really long time. I don't know everything, and my way is not perfect, but give me some ideas about some topics that you guys want to hear, because I can come up with all kinds of topics, but it may not be what you guys want to hear. So anyway, let me grab my stuff. We'll get in the truck and head. It's like 5 houses down. I did want to tell you guys one thing. I'm letting the truck warm up in the garage. I mean, in the driveway. The blades that I'm using on the mower that you'll see me on the trim star, we have 2 48-inch trim stars. One of the trim stars that Josh uses, it has the Copperhead mulching blades on there, which are really good. They're very similar to the Ballard Ripper blades. They're not the same, not at all. The blades that I'm using are the Lawn Crack. I must say they're the experimental blades. Ryan sent me some of those blades to test out and to try, and they're really, really good. I'm gonna do a full review when they come to the end of their service life, which is gonna be soon. I don't get but maybe 120 hours out of a set of blades, because we cut really low in Atlanta. You know, we're cutting Bermuda at between 2, well, we'll cut some centipede yards at 1.75, but we cut really no higher than, as a general rule, 2.5 inches. So between 2 and 2.5 for the Bermuda. Because we're so low to the ground, we've got clay soil, and there's a lot of granite dust in there because there's granite everywhere. It basically sandblasts the lift portion of the blade to where it's nothing. The cutting portion is not that bad. It doesn't get the sandblast effect. It does a little bit, but the blades wear out on the lift part instead of the cutting surface. So I know, you know, some of the blades I've tried, I've only gotten 75 hours out of, but usually about 100 hours. I sharpen the blades about every 10 hours, which is for each mower. You know, we run about 10 hours of actual cutting on the mower a week. So I know there's some guys that do 10 hours in a day on the mower, but you know, we've got blowing and weed eating, and these are not the hugest yards anyway. So just keep in mind, that's the blades that I'm going to be using. And this yard has those big old fat leaves. Maybe somebody can tell me what kind of leaves these are. They're obnoxious, they're really fat, but they're easier to deal with than what I call the sniper leaves, which are in other yards. But anyway, we're warmed up. I'll go ahead and proceed. All right, I'll see you guys at the yard. All right, here's the leaves. I don't know if these are some kind of poplar leaves, but they're obnoxious. So we blow everything out, and then I'll mulch it up.
trash can for the customer, but the leaves keep falling. But I think those blades combined with the Green-Guard shoe blocker do a good job. There's nothing much to see in the backyard. But yeah, did a good job. They're starting to sprinkle here and there when I first started, so the leaves are damp. They're not wet, but they're damp. So I'm going to actually change my plan. I'm going to do the house that's right behind this one on the other street, because there's going to be a lot of those river birch leaves, and I want to try to get them now because it's going to rain for 2 more days, and those things just get stuck to the ground. I'm going to have to blow them anyway. Okay, let me I need 2 hands to do this. Getting a little hot. All right, so that yard took me by myself 45 minutes to do, actually 46 minutes, and that's about normal. Having to blow the yard first. Normally that yard would take me and Josh, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. It's weird how you get 2 people, our skill levels are pretty much the same, our speed's the same, and you'd think that we could do it a little faster, like almost in half, but it just doesn't work like that. So I'm just going around. Actually, the backyard of that house and the backyard of this house meet up, but I'm gonna go do this. I usually do this one last, but I want to go ahead and knock it out of the way. And all right, so if there's any good leaves, I'll show you. All right, so we got leaves again all over the yard, and that river birch. That river birch is a pain. I like this magnetic mount. Pretty good. As you can probably tell, the wind is blowing really, really good. So my goal, look at all my signs I got. My goal is to get the bulk of the leaves out of the street and the cracks. Move them out of the way. The mower will suck most of the others up, and you still have to go back and blow the yard, but yep. So let me get rolling. backyard yard. It's well, you can't really see it. It's a huge yard, and it's got a lot of trimming, and it's very rocky. It's down over there. It took me 42 minutes by myself, and it's starting to mist. I've got 2 more to do, and I don't know, I don't want to look at the radar. You do that? You look at the radar all the time? Oh boy. Yep. So the next one is pretty much under, it's got tons and tons of trees in the yard, so I probably won't even feel this mist at all. This kind of mist, it doesn't bother us. Obviously if it's lightning or if it's heavy raining, but my rule, as I've said before, as long as the pavement, if it had rained, as long as the pavement's starting to dry, then that's usually my go. But 2 more to do. We got mine up here on this street, and then my next door neighbor. So I hope and pray that I will be able to get this done, because it would be really nice not to have any left over, because it's supposed to be raining tomorrow and Sunday, and I think Monday, so I don't like carrying anything over. I technically could probably skip it, you know, it's not overgrown right now, but I don't want to do that. So, all right, well, I'll check back in with you and tell you how long the next one lasts. I'm not going to show it because there's really nothing to show. All right, so I did this one. Had to back down this big old long driveway through all these trees. So this one took, let me see, how many minutes did it take? It took, where is it at? 42 minutes. I'm pretty consistent with these larger yards. Had to do quite a bit of blowing. The confetti in the backyard. There's not a lot of grass in the backyard. It's mostly moss. But it's a lot of the leaves. See, a lot of the leaves are starting to turn yellow. All right, so I got 1 more, and the rain's holding off. Praise the Lord. So I'll talk to you guys right after this one. All right, so I just did my next door neighbor. That yard took me 51 minutes. That yard's smaller than mine. So here is the question for the day. Do you guys use the same general technique for when you have leaves? Like you'll blow the stuff out of the street and out of the cracks and crevices before you edge? Or do you just go ahead and mow everything and then just blow? What do you do? Let me know in the comments below. I'm just so happy that it has not rained. There's a little bit of mist here and there, but it's pretty much evaporating. It's very good conditions to cut grass because the Bermuda is not dusty. There's no dust at all. In fact, that yard I didn't even wear my mask. Oh, that's the other question. These RZ masks, do you guys use these? I kind of was feeling like I had asthma today. I don't have asthma, but it was kind of hard to breathe out of the mask because it was starting to get clogged up. I can always tell. Watch this precision turn. That's right. My back wheel will be 1 or 2 inches away from the grass. Let's see. Oh yeah, maybe 3 or 4. Anyway, it was starting to cause some distress. It's like I can't catch my breath because the mask
the filter's starting to get clogged because of all the dust we've been through the last several weeks. So I'm going to replace that for sure so I can breathe. I have had it to the point where I have just ripped it off in the middle of the yard because I couldn't. It's like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was being suffocated. But anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking with me through the end of the video. Put the answers to the questions down in the comments below, and I will talk to you on the next one.